everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week, I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, chord progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Sera Jo, thank you. Thank you for sharing this wonderful piano arrangement. Yeah, Brown Eyed Lover by Alan Stone. Yeah, it's a great, great songwriter, singer. Yeah, and actually we should cover a bit more of pop voicings and pop chord progressions, which I'm thinking doing that a bit today. Okay, so we're gonna continue now. And what are we gonna do? Well, what is this? This is a conducting pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why am I bringing this up in this class, which we're supposed to address ear training and keyboard voicings? Well, in my many years of teaching, I think one of the aspects that seems like all my students struggle with is rhythm. To really internalize and experience rhythm in a deep way. Yeah, unless, you know, you are a drum major. If you're guitar, you know, piano, vocal major, songwriting major, seems like everybody struggles with rhythm. Bass players tend to do much better. Yeah, but everybody who is not a drum major and maybe bass players, yeah, I think we need some help. Okay, so I'm gonna share a couple of rhythm workouts. One rhythm workout is gonna use conducting patterns in dominant hand while we do pulse with the other hand. It's gonna be like this: down, left, right, up, 1. See, I'm doing pulse with my left hand. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to keep my thumb and my second finger together. Yeah, conductors, sometimes they call this point the ictus. It's kind of a point of power, I would say. You know, they kind of bounce it all the time. And even if we're never going to conduct, yeah, you know, professionally, but just ourselves, yeah, that's the main reason why we do this. It's just to internalize, to communicate with ourselves much better. Yeah, so we're going to practice 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 8 notes. That, 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 that. That. Okay. Now we're going to take it to another level, and we are going to work with rhythmic syllables. Okay, rhythmic syllables, yeah, are ways of just using syllables to call. It's a little bit like solfege, but for rhythm, yeah. So, and there are different rhythmic syllables, syllable systems going on now these days. I'm going to use the oldest one. I think the number system, yeah, it was created in 1937, I think here in the US, yeah, but there are many other ones, like the Takedimi system, which is supposed to be very good, the French system, which is also supposed to be very good, yeah. And there are other schools. Yeah, kind of they combined a little bit. Yeah, sometimes I see in some schools like Los Angeles College of Music, they take the number systems, you know, so for a binary subdivision of beats, but then when they go to a triple subdivision of beats, 6/8, 9/8, 12/8, yeah, they go into more like a French system, like 1 ta, 2 ta, 3 ta, 4 ta. In Musicianship, and sometimes they use just the T, 1 ta, 2 ta, 3 ta. 4, yeah, so and so on. So now we are going to practice this, and then I'm going to take the syllables away, yeah, and we're just going to work with feeling only. And I have stories. I have an anecdote later today. Okay, good. So right hand or dominant hand, whatever is your dominant hand. Yeah, you're going to do this. A conducting pattern, just in case you forgot. Conducting pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then with the other hand, you're going to do pulse in 1. Pop. Pop. Okay, and we're going to start. Yeah, so you have the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then all the upbeats, we're going to have a plus or and. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. And 3, and 4, and. In another chapter, we're going to deal with 16 notes, and then we're going to deal with triplets, and then we're going to deal with compound time, composite time. Yeah, and eventually we're going to deal with 5/4, 7/4, and it gets very tricky. Yeah, I'm very lucky that I had very good conducting teachers. One, I have to give my thanks to David Callahan, who was an amazing conductor, yeah, in Boston. Yeah, and I think David, he studied with Leonard Bernstein. Yeah, so he learned, you know, he learned a lot, and he was so open to share with all of us. Okay, good. So now we're gonna start. Yeah, 1 measure up front. 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 3 and rest. So in rest we don't do anything. Okay, another thing. You know what? I'm gonna bring another chart. Yeah, that's gonna be easier to work with this. Okay, so here in this system, let's say we have the 1, and the 1 is 2 beats. Yeah, so I know in the earlier number system, Yeah, people were saying 1, 2, you know, but then it gets confusing with the actual beats. So they, in the French system, actually, they did something that I like much more. They use the open vowel, yeah, to emphasize the beats. 1, 3, 4. See? Yeah, it's much easier. And then on the rest, we just conduct and we keep silent. 3, 4. Okay. Should we do this first? Yeah, let's do it first. It's a warm-up. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1. 4. 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Okay, so this is easy. Then we're gonna, it might not be easy. But now I wanna go into feeling only. That's the other part of the system. Yeah, we're gonna just clap a certain pulse. For now, we're gonna do pulse in 1, 2, 3, and 4. I remember, okay, story time, time to tell anecdotes. You know, I've been teaching for a long time, and you know, I've been teaching. You know, I used to teach at Berkeley, then at Musicianship Institute in Hollywood, then Cornell, and then finally here now I'm teaching at the Los Angeles College of Music. So, and rhythm was always like a challenge, you know, because everybody was always having trouble internalizing rhythm in an easy, effortless way. When I was at the Musicianship Institute, there was a great vocalist. Her stage name, Mama O. And I was so fortunate that I was able to play many gigs with her over the years. And she saw me struggling, creating my curriculum, and she says, Carlos, come here. I want to show you how we do it in church. So he says, stand up, Carlos, and I want you to walk. Yeah, walk. Okay, I'm going to walk in 1 and 3. And then you're going to clap. Yeah, you can clap the rhythm, and then you're going to sing. And then later on, I realized, wow, this is amazing. You know, she was using the physical body as a multi-rhythm layer of perception. Yeah, I said, whoa, you know, I have to use this with all my students. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Here we go. We're gonna clap in 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, if I would be working with you, I even would ask you, okay, stand up. But you know, I cannot see you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Da da da. Da 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 da. Okay, so those are the 2 ways of working that we're going to be using. So now I'm going to go to another lesson. Yeah, this is part of one of my books, Lessons in Rhythm. Yeah, and now, as we said, we have the plus sign on the upbeats. Yeah, so here we go, slower. 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 1, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2, 4 and 1 and 3 and. Okay, so that's how we would read, yeah, this section. Now we're gonna shift, yeah, to feeling only, yeah. So we're gonna use now only body body feeling, yeah, to do this. Okay, time for another anecdote. An old friend of mine, maybe you have heard of him, a great bass player, Abraham Laboriel. He used to tell me, Carlos, you know, when I was growing up in Mexico, yeah, Mexico City, you know, I was walking and I was just, you know, trying to feel rhythm. So I was clapping on my body while I was walking, clapping on my shoulders, clapping on my elbows, and everybody was looking at me. Says, oh man, this poor young man, you know, he has problems, you know, but he couldn't care less, you know. So that was a way that he was internalizing, yeah, the perception of rhythm. Yeah, then he told me later on when he had his first son, which is Abraham Jr., Yeah, great drummer. Yeah, he was doing the same. He was clapping on top of his kit, you know, and helping him, okay, to have a direct experience, you know, a more like a body-centered experience of rhythm. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna use kind of that point of view. Okay, so again, we're gonna clap in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not gonna use syllables. This is just feeling only. So you're gonna have to pay more attention to the spaces, yeah, to, you know, both rests and you know, long spaces. See if we can actually do this. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. Okay, so we have explored rhythm. Yeah, just I'm gonna do a bit, maybe 3 minutes, 3-minute rhythm workout every week. Yeah, and I want to explore all different configurations. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, that's enough for rhythm for today. So I would like to do some ear training warm-ups. Okay, quickly. We're gonna do our single notes. We're gonna play triad and then we're gonna sing each of those diatonic notes, but we're gonna be changing keys all the time. Yeah, so we're activating our long-term memory. Okay, so key of A, singing do, then we check. Good, now we're moving on. Sol, D flat. Let's sing Sol. Sol, I'm waiting 2 seconds to give you time. Let's go to key of G flat. We're gonna sing Re. Re. And moving on, let's go to G. I'm gonna sing La. La. And moving on, we're gonna go to E flat. We're gonna sing Mi. Mi. And moving on, let's go to D. And we're gonna sing T. T. Good. And now we're gonna move on to which key haven't we done? A flat. We're gonna sing Fa. Fa. That's it. Yeah, if you can do it's homework. Yeah, just do your single notes. It takes 2 minutes. Yeah, and then suddenly you're waking up your musical memory. You're starting to activate all the relationships, yeah, in all different keys. And one of the parts of this technique is you have to change keys, yeah, after every example, yeah, because otherwise we're only working with our short-term memory, yeah, but we want to activate our long-term memory when we work with our oral cognition. Okay, good. Next, I want to do some scales. Scales. Okay, one question. Okay, this is actually very good. I have to address this. And Juan Andrés Matos, yeah, great composer. Carlos, when singing T, do you prefer to sing it up a seventh or down a half step? Okay, this is an interesting question. What I would do is, instead of trying at the very beginning, yes, we can try to, sing it up, or maybe if we want to feel more comfortable singing down. But what we want eventually is to hear every note as a color. So then the perception is effortless. Yeah, it's the same way that the color green is evident. The color blue is evident. The feeling sound color of T is evident. So I don't have to trouble. I don't have to make any effort. It's just there. T. and you're just recalling that memory. Yeah, that would be our goal actually. Yeah, in the beginning, yeah, while that memory kind of cooks and develops, yeah, you may just go down or go up. Yeah, in what I call walking. Okay. Yeah, so in the very beginning, sometimes we even cannot do walking. Yeah, we have to actually play the note. So there are kind of different steps in developing this ability. Number one, we have to have a ground. Yeah, all of this is movable do solfege connected with relative pitch. So we have relative pitch, movable do. So we are always using a certain key center. So we have to hear the implied root, the implied do all the time. Do. Okay, so that's silent in your mind. Once that is already in your mind, yeah, you can start hearing all the other notes, all the other chords, all the other patterns in relationship to that key of the moment. Yeah, in the beginning, that might be tricky. So we may even have to walk the notes in our mind. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Okay, I can get la, but then we don't have to. La. The color is already there, encoded in our memory, like blue, like green, like yellow, like red, and it just pops up as soon as we think about it. Yeah, so that would be how I would approach, yeah, our notes. Good. So now we're gonna move on to Phrygian mode. Phrygian mode. Okay, yes, Juan, you made a great comment. Yeah, just feel the color. Yeah, that's right. You just feel the color. Yeah, that's actually and you know why it's a great goal to have is because it's effortless. Yeah, we are not struggling with it. Yeah, it is like the same way that we don't struggle to hear the color, to experience the color red. We don't struggle with it. It's just there. Yeah, yeah, because the memory is already created. The perception, you know, which arises from the memory. Yeah, it's already there. Yeah, so it's a wonderful way to navigate through our experience. Yeah, when everything is already all set. Okay, good. So now we're gonna work with Phrygian mode. Okay, Phrygian mode. What are we gonna do with Phrygian mode? Phrygian mode, we're gonna do the cluster. Yeah, so we have here, we're using movable do. Yeah, and I'm not gonna do chromatic scales, but in the chromatic scales, in just in one pass going up and going down, we have all the movable do and all the harmonic equivalences. Yeah, but in this case, yeah, just follow me. Do, flat 2, ra, flat 3, mi, 4, fa, sol, flat 6, le, flat 7, te, do. And that's it, yeah? Our Phrygian mode. And we're gonna explore Phrygian mode, but I wanna do something else. Okay, so this is another graphic. You have the name, you have actually the distance between note, half, whole, 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 half, whole, whole. Then you have the solfege syllables and actually the actual notes. You have left hand, right hand. Why? Left hand, lower tetrachord, right hand, upper tetrachord. So with this graphic, it's great. Yeah, it's the one that I use for myself and for all my students to work with scale clusters. Okay. So we already built our C Phrygian mode, do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Now we're gonna sing a diatonic pattern. We're gonna sing a diatonic pattern in diatonic thirds. So in this case it will be do, mi, ra, fa, mi, sol, fa, le, sol, te, le, do, te, ra, do. Yeah, and we're gonna sing and play, going up and down. Yeah, this is a great practice. Here we go. Do, mi, ra, fa, mi, sol, fa, le, sol, te, le, do, te, ra, do. Now we're gonna go descending. Do, mi, te, ra, le, do, sol, te, fa, le, mi, sol, ra, fa, do, mi, do. Okay, good. Let's do this in another key. Let's do this in another key. How about if we go to A sharp? Nah, maybe it's too tricky right on the spot. Let's go to another one. Okay, this one is not too bad. Yeah, G sharp Phrygian note. So we're gonna build a scale. Do, ra, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And we're gonna stay there so we can just memorize the shape of G sharp Phrygian. And now we're gonna do our DIADS. Yeah, that's how some authors call this little diatonic pattern workout, 2-note diatonic pattern workout. So here we go. So first we have do, mi, ra, fa, mi, sol, fa, le, sol, te, le, do, te, ra, do. And do, mi, ra, fa, mi, sol, fa, le, sol, te, le, do, te, ra, do. Descending. Do, mi, te, ra, le, do, sol, te, fa, le, mi, sol, ra, fa, do, mi, do. Okay, I think we should stay a bit longer. Not today, yeah, but maybe next time. I'm gonna bring Phrygian mode, yeah, and we're gonna do our scale clusters, and then we're gonna do our DIADS, our diatonic notes, and this is a wonderful way to work through them. Okay, now let's get to some chords. Keyboard harmony, as promised. Keyboard harmony. I wanted to do something else, actually. I wanted to do chord extensions, since I'm talking about the Phrygian mode. Okay, so here we have this chord extension. Nevertheless, Phrygian mode is not connected with this scale because here we have a natural 13. So this will be more like a Dorian flat 2 or Phrygian sharp 6. I've seen those two names for that scale. Yeah. And that's actually the second mode of the melodic minor scale. Okay, so here we're gonna have a scale, a Dorian flat 2 in the background. Do, ra, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we have a la, yeah, and that's gonna generate the natural 13, and we have a D flat, which is gonna generate the flat 9. Okay, so let's build this chord extension, yeah, in a few keys. We have root 4. So we have a sus4 triad. We're gonna add a flat 7. We're gonna add a flat 9. And then we're gonna add a 13th on top. And we end up with this very nice juicy chord. Now we're gonna sing it using solfege. Do, fa, sol, te, ra, la. And let's transpose. Let's go to another key. Let's go to the key of E. So we have a sus triad. We're going to add the flat 7. We're going to add the flat 9. And then we're going to add a 13th on top. And we're going to sing. Do, fa, sol, te, ra, la. Now let's go to another key. Now let's go to G. So far, let's use just white keys for now. Sus triad, G sus triad. We're gonna add a flat 7, flat 9, and a 13th. And now we're gonna sing. Do, fa, sol, te, ra, la. Okay, and let's do a couple black keys. So let's go to C sharp. Okay, sus4, flat 7, flat 9, and a 13th, major 13th on top. Now we're gonna sing. Do, fa, sol, te, ra, la. And let's do one more key. Let's do F sharp. So we have an F sharp, sus. We're gonna add the flat 7. We're gonna add the flat 9. And we're gonna add the 13th on top. So now we're gonna sing. Do, fa, sol, te, ra, la. Yeah, and that's our chord. Should we do one more key? Yes, let's do one more key. Let's do E flat. Okay, so we have a sus E flat, sus triad, now flat 7, flat 9, and now a 13th on top. And let's sing using solfege. Do, fa, sol, te, ra, la. Okay, and that's a nice workout, yeah? Nice workout on this one. Okay, I want to do one more thing with chords. Yeah, I was doing tension substitution chords, and some of my students, I got some emails. Carlos, can we do 7 chords first? I'm confused. And 7 chords, here there is. And we're talking about the sus chord already. So why don't we do sus chords? Okay. So how are we going to practice? Yeah, we're going to use this cycle. So left hand root and right hand chord. And we're just going to play like this. C. Then we go to the next key, F. Yeah, and the configuration is Do, Fa, Sol, Te, root 4, 5, flat 7. And we're going to use this cycle to navigate. Yeah, so let's do one cycle pass. Here we go. C. Now we're going to F. F. B flat. E flat. A flat. D flat. G flat or F sharp. B. E. A. D. And G. Okay, so that's one way of practicing. Another way of practicing would be, let me change cycles. I'm gonna go now to cycle of fifths. Is how about if we practice as a stride? Yeah, so we're gonna play a root and then we play our 7 chord. Yeah, in this type of practice will transfer itself to 4-way closed tensions, a 4-note tension substitution chords. Yeah, so when we're adding the 9, the 13, the 11, yeah, that type of practice also is gonna transfer to it quite well. So here we go. We're gonna use this cycle. C. G. D. A. E. B. G flat. D flat. A flat. E flat. B flat. F. And back to C. And there is one more practice routine that I like to do, and for this I want to change cycles again. How about if we use the cycle of minor thirds ascending? Minor third ascending cycle. Yeah, so what are we going to do? Left hand is going to play the chord chunk. Right hand is going to play the rootest melody. This type of practice helps me, yeah, when I'm in a soloing mode, yeah, especially with rhythm section, so I'm using my left hand for voicing and my right hand to, to work with melodies. Yeah, so this is actually very convenient for this. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go through this cycle. I'm going to call the keys aloud. C. E flat. G flat. A. D flat. E. G. B flat. D. F. A flat. B. And back to C. Okay, and guess what? Not today, but maybe next week we should do first inversion, second inversion, and third inversion. Yeah, and each one is going to challenge us in a different way. Okay. Okay, my head is spinning. Too much left brain. I want to do some groove stuff. Okay, so let's play some merengue piano. Okay, now my microphone is on. Okay, good. So now we're going to work with a merengue pattern from my book, Merengue Piano Styles. Let's see which one is the one that we're going to do. Okay, we're going to play this pattern from page 16, example 1, Pambiche style. So it's a syncopated style. Yeah, and let's listen. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, good. Yeah, so we had this pattern. Let me go back. Yeah, so we have, we're in the key of C, so we have a 1, 5. See the harmonic rhythm. So we put the 5 at the end. Why do we do this? So we can create this motion of just moving on and creating the perfect loop. Yeah, so, and. Okay, and also we can play this in kind of diatonic tense, yeah? We can start. So the left hand is gonna start, instead of doing unison, it's gonna start with the chords, but in another inversion. Let's say C in second inversion, and then G in root position. Yeah, and actually we even can take this pattern and do a minor version of it. Yeah, there are so many things that we can do. Yeah. Okay. So now let's practice again. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now we're going to take the tempo down, 180 beats per minute, so we can get more used to this pattern. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now we're gonna practice without the piano. Yeah, so let's just read 3 and. So there is kind of an accent on the end of 4, or in this case, the end of 2, because we're in cut time. Yeah, and. Also on the fourth beat, yeah, if you know, just I'm talking a 4/4, yeah. 1, 2, 3. There is an accent there, yeah. Accent, accent, yeah. So we can try to work with that that articulation. So why don't we continue? One, two, 1, 2. Okay, now we're gonna take it to 248 beats per minute. So let's practice. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, good. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this merengue workout. And now I want to move to salsa piano. Yeah, so here we go, salsa piano. Today, D flat major. Yes, we have to read in D flat major. Okay, and we have a 1, 4, 5, 4 pattern. And let me change my camera. Let me switch. Okay, that's better. You can see my left hand better. Okay, so we have a 1, 4, 5, 4, 1. 1. So let's just read. And actually, what I want to do is I want to play this pattern in 2/3 clave. And then I want to play it in 3/2 clave. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, let's go back to 2/3. Okay, so we're gonna get used to both working with both claves, and we're gonna start easy. Yeah, we're gonna start at 148 beats per minute, and then we're gonna push our tempo. So why don't we just read it, and why don't we start easy? Left hand is going to do the pattern, and right hand we're going to tap quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, and. Now left hand bass line, right hand. Yeah, we can do. We can tap quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, and 1. You know what I would like to do, because we have this tie. Yeah, so we actually never hit the 1. Yeah, so even though we're doing quarter notes with the right hand, I want to call the first beat 1. Yeah, aloud. Yeah, so that actually is going to help us internalize the groove a bit more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, and as you can see, sometimes I play the notes baseline a bit, the notes a bit short. Why do I do this? You know, I'm hearing the baby bass, yeah, with nylon string upright bass. it has a very strong attack and a short decay. Yeah, so that's when I hear that bass, that's I want to kind of emulate, yeah, that sound. So that's why I change my articulation, my feeling of the performance a little bit more. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. Good. Now, time to switch to 3-2 clave. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know, better. Why don't we start? Let's do quarter note pulse with the left hand, and we're going to read with our right hand. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Left hand is the same. Left hand is the same. Okay, so now we're gonna play together. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, let's go now to 2, 3, and we're gonna start with 148 beats per minute. So here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Now, let's work with 3-2 clave. Yeah, same speed. Same speed. 3-2 clave. Let me put up the volume up. Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. So that was 148 beats per minute. So let's go back to 2-3 clave. And what I want to do now is take it to 164 beats per minute. 2-3 clave, 164 beats per minute. Here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. So now we're gonna do the same in 3-2 clave, yeah, and we're gonna play at 164 beats per minute. So here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. Now we're gonna go to 172 beats per minute. Okay, here we go. 2-3 clave, back to 2-3. And 172.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Now we're gonna do the same, but we're gonna go to 3-2 clave, and we're gonna play at 172 beats per minute. So let's see if we can do it. Here we go. 172 beats per minute.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and we're not ready yet. Let's go to 3-2 clave, but now we're gonna push it. Let's go to 180 beats per minute. So now we're getting into the up tempo. Okay, so let's keep our wrists light, yeah, in order to play. So here we go, 180 beats per minute, 2-3 clave.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and now let's do the same in 3-2 clave. Yeah, we're gonna take it to 180 beats per minute. So here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Wow, that was a nice workout. Yeah, we should do that more often. Take all those patterns, work them in all 12 keys, starting slow, and take them, to the point that our technique is starting to collapse. Okay, anyways, I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. So I'm gonna see everybody next week, next Saturday, same time, same channel, and I'll have a wonderful week. So thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're going to continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week, practice your instrument every day, and listen and play lots of good music. See you next week.